Yes, the Iolar, our first aircraft, May 1936. Just a few weeks after the airline was founded, this aircraft flew from Baldonnel to Bristol on its first flight. So a small airline, very new with a very big ambition at the time. The name Iolar, meaning eagle, captured the belief in Aer Lingus in what it could become. While the original aircraft was lost during the Second World War, its legacy lives on through its beautifully restored sister ship here behind us. Late last year, a number of volunteers within Aer Lingus came forward with the idea to get Iolar back flying for our 90th anniversary this year. There's a strong sense of pride and personal connection for a lot of people involved in this project. It's not just about getting the aircraft back flying, it's about the history and legacy of Aer Lingus that they're keeping alive.
I've been involved with the Iolar since the late 80s. Since 2011, the aircraft has operated in the UK and in Europe as a publicity tool, if you like, for Aer Lingus. The aircraft last flew in 2016 and has been here in Hangar 6 in an excellent environment for a wooden aircraft ever since. We took the aircraft down from the mezzanine in the last few weeks. We've done some initial work on the engines. We've had the aircraft outside for some taxi tests and the system operation as such. In the next week to 10 days, we hope to ferry the aircraft to County Longford for a complete review of the airframe and to perform some extensive work on the engines.
We are in Abbotshrew, County Longford, and this is our facility, Midland Aviation. One of the major jobs we had to do in carrying out in the restoration of this aircraft was the engines, and we did what's called a top-end overhaul on the engines. We replaced cylinders, we replaced pistons, we replaced rings, and these are brass heads. And we overhauled the brass heads as well as the magnetos, which are beautifully done by a company called Vintech. And if you see there, you can just see the spark. So as we went around the aircraft, we redid the interplane struts, repainted them, the flying wires, which were a small bit of corrosion on them, they were retreated with an etch primer and then painted grey. All the fabric, as you see this silver coat is used for ultraviolet rays, and is to protect the fabric against ultraviolet rays, which would burn the fabric. And we reapplied the silver with low tautenone dope and the silver pigment, and that brings up and back up all the tension of the fabric to make it zero porosity to create lift. All the aileron brackets were redone, and the majority of the work on the wings, or the repairs on the wing, was carried out on the trailing edge, which is in this area. So the trailing edge had for a better word, had buckled because of age and of dampness. So we replaced all this leading edge with Sika spruce, it's called. And we also replaced the fabric. If you look at here, this fabric comes in this raw form first, and it is a Sikanite man-made fiber, and it's stretched across the wood. It's glued at each point, and then it's ironed. And when it's ironed, it shrinks, and that gives it its tension. And then, to give it zero porosity to create lift, it is filled with dope. And that dope, it's a little bit like, in common terms, like a nail varnish. So the dope seals the weave, it gets about 3 coats of that, and then after that, it is sealed with this silver, which also has dope in it, but it gives it a pigment, and it protects it from the sun. So these actual doors, if you look here with the clips on them doors actually come down and allow the wings to swing in a small area if you have a small hangar. But we have them taped off, and they're all repaired, and this trailing edge was also repaired and all painted up, and as you see it today.
I was involved in the initial restoration of this aircraft in 1985. For the 50th anniversary, the company were looking for ideas, and we decided, J.J. Sullivan and myself, who sadly deceased since, we were talking in Weston one day. When the weather was bad, we were just standing in the hangar chatting, and we discussed, maybe we saw the old dragon in the hangar, that could be probably put flying, to do a couple of circuits for the 50th. I assembled a team, got a budget, and started ordering bits and pieces. It eventually came together. Brendan Donoghue did all the woodwork, which was essential. That was the worst bit of it. And he got that in tip-top order.
I've been working on wooden aircraft since 1964. I served in Baldonnel for over 40 years, and I'm still working on airplanes. And I had a great interest in this particular aircraft. Now, this is the fin of a of another type of aircraft, and I'm just bringing it back now with repairs carried out. Now, the ribs of the Iolar are made the very same way as that, and believe it or not, the strength is unbelievable. That's where the rudder would go, somewhere like that, like that. The rudder then, you can see the horn of the rudder. This is known as the horn. See there? And the rudder will go right around that, like it's hinged on there, that point there. The rudder steers the aircraft in the air, and this keeps the aircraft going straight, shall we say. The fin and the rudder. And then that'll all be covered with fabric. Originally, in the Iolar, or the Dragon, that was covered with Irish linen. Irish linen was a very famous material for covering aircraft. It was very labour intensive and highly skillful work to cover the wings and cover the aircraft. Nowadays it's covered with seconite, or it's a synthetic material now they're covering.
It means an awful lot to me because I'm very involved in vintage airplanes, and I've been anything vintage I'm like and get involved in. But I'm particularly proud of that airplane, and it meant an awful lot to me because I put a year of my life into it in the initial restoration.
The restoration of the Iolar aircraft is an incredibly proud moment for everyone involved. It represents the very beginning of Aer Lingus, and to see that aircraft flying again is very special. It's a powerful reminder of how far the airline has come, and a tribute to the skill and dedication of all those who brought it back to life. To mark our 90th anniversary, the Iolar will be taking to the skies again, retracing the first flight from Dublin to Bristol to where the Aer Lingus story began.